Hey guys, basically Anavec here, and we're back with another Mega Custom Plush review. I'm doing way too many of these. Also, if I sound a little it's because it's still kind of early in the morning for me, and yeah, I'm a mess. So yeah, you don't need to see that. But yeah, we're back with another Mega Custom Plush review, and up for today we have at least 13 more new customs to review. But a majority of these are either a majority of these are remakes of plushies I've already made. There's only a few in here that are, you know, new and different, but otherwise they're all just remakes. So yeah, let's continue. Now, obviously, like I've done with, you know, the past two, I'm going to be going in game order, so yeah. So to start off, we have Withered Freddy. Now, if you've seen the Life in a Nightmare videos featuring the Withereds, and you've seen the Withered Freddy custom, you wouldn't really think that this needs change. Well, I kind of just wanted to change so he could look cleaner. I added the secondary color into his ears, like, because everything else was a secondary color besides his goddamn ears. And I gave him teeth. I really didn't need to give him teeth. He looked fine before, but I don't know, I just felt like giving him teeth, and that's really it. Nothing, no new withering or anything on the back. Just yes. Now for our next Withered, we have Withered Chica. Now obviously this one has a little more improvements than Freddy, as I completely changed your eyes, and a thing about the eyes is that I actually based the eyes off of the Help Wanted model, the Help Wanted Withered Chica, and I also gave her the endoskeleton mouth, and like how other Withered Chica customs have the endoskeleton mouth, so I just decided to add that. I also gave her these little dark green and dark red wires to also kind of reference the Help Wanted model, as the Help Wanted model also has these. And I kind of darkened the Sharpie, like with the tears, a little more, and I kind of put a little bit of dirt or whatever, more dirt on the bib, and that's really it. Nothing else really, like nothing on the back. The back is a monstrosity, but yeah, nothing too much. So yeah, that's it for Withered Chica. Now moving on to our last Withered, and it is Withered Bonnie. Now, this one obviously has a lot of improvement, and I really like him. So first off, I want to explain why I changed the secondary color. First off, the first secondary color of the original one, you know, that was, you know, obviously using Funko's secondary color, it had a lot of unnecessary withering in parts, and that was because, like, the Withered Bonnie I had before, it was super old, and now that I've had time to improve, I decided to improve them. And I also feel like this secondary color also matches Help Wanted. I realize I'm starting to use a lot of Help Wanted in this video, but yeah, you see, basically his secondary color has been changed and everything. His endoskeleton has also been changed from the light gray to this dark gray, as I use for Withered Chica. And honestly, I feel like this looks better, and it gives him more of a creepy mood or vibe, as Withered Bonnie before, his eyes were just completely red, and now there's these little red and white dots, which I think, you know, looks good. And he also has dark gray and dark red wires with his missing arm, the dark gray little foot and hand, and yeah, also the little withering right there, I know that's not there, that was done on mistake, but yeah, you can't really even see it if you really pay attention. But yeah, that's all the Withereds that have been remade. I didn't remake Withered Foxy, as he's already good enough, and I don't think he needs to be remade. And I didn't remake Withered Freddy, as I already did. But yeah, that's all for the Withereds. I'm gonna count this one for Fnaf 2, since it basically looks like the one from Fnaf 2 right away, but it is Purple Guy, and specifically the 8-bit spread of Purple Guy. Now, I made this guy the same way I made my little Scott custom, Anima Dude, whatever you want to call him, in the fan first video of Life in a Nightmare. But you know, but he's kind of smaller. Like I remember the size of Scott, and he is a little more bigger than this. But either way, I still think it looks good. He has all the details he really needs. He's a pretty simple custom to make. Nothing too hard. But yeah, that's basically it for Purple Guy. And now moving on to the next one, which is, I guess I should also count this in as a Fnaf 2 custom, which is the Crying Child. The 8-bit spread of the Crying Child. Now, this one was kind of hard, but also not fun. I don't know why I was about to say fun, but he was just hard to make, and mainly because of the body, the whole body. You know, it's one piece, as you can tell, but if you look at the back, you can obviously see it's a mess. And that's mainly because, like, since the shape is so square and cube-like, it was very hard to, like, glue or attach the felt to the shape to make it, like, almost exact. And obviously, it didn't work out for the back, but you're not even gonna see the back. Obviously, he's very simple, as, you know, just one whole piece. And, you know, he has the black square eyes or whatever, you know. Basically simple. It's that simple. Okay, now that's all for FNAF 2. Now we're moving on to FNAF 3. Now for FNAF 3, these two are basically remakes. Except, like, not really. I mean, like, one of them is a remake, obviously, but one of them is also a remake, but also not at the same time. You'll see. So, I remade Phantom Freddy. I remade Phantom Freddy. Now, before Phantom Freddy, he was all just green. He didn't have these striped little watermelon stripes or whatever you want to call them. So I decided to add that and everything. I also gave him little buttons, as he actually has those. And I gave him a little more withering in some parts, but you can't even see that as it blends with everything. I also redid the eyes to make them more accurate to my other Phantom customs, and just so they could blend in. Just so we could blend in with the others. Okay, that's really it for Phantom Freddy. Nothing else. Now moving on to our next one, which is Phantom Foxy. Yeah. Okay, so I am gonna plan on maybe remaking him. Not completely from scratch, but just adding things to him to make him look more accurate to the actual game. So first off, this one was completely made from scratch, not using a base of any kind. And I know people will think, why did I make this guy? Well, mainly because Funko's Phantom Foxy, it looks ass. So yeah, I basically decided to remake him to look kind of more accurate. But then again, he's not that accurate, as I based, it wasn't intentional, but I accidentally based my Phantom Foxy custom off this one right here, the very outdated Phantom Foxy model, which, yes, I didn't realize that until I was adding all the detail and everything. So yeah, but either way, he still looks really good. If I could, if anything, the only problem with him is that he doesn't blend in with the other Phantoms. Like, he really doesn't, as all my other Phantom customs are very green, and he's just red. So, yeah, I'm probably gonna have to go back and make him green, but, yeah. He does have his little missing arm right here, but he doesn't have the little bolt thing, because I really don't know how I could do that and make it look good, really, I don't know. But, yeah, nothing really else. He has the pants and everything. Basically all the stripes of withering is there. It's all there. So yeah, he's very hard to stand up. That'll work. Okay, I know I just said there's 2 for FNAF 3, but there's actually 1 more, but I'm gonna save that for the end of the video. So I guess you'll have to watch it till the end to see it. Now we're moving on to FNAF World, and we have 2 to review. And one of them is an actual new one, and one of them is a remake, and I'm going to show you the remake. And my remake is Dede. Now, Dede, obviously, she really did not, she wasn't that hard, as her face was already... Like, with the BB and JJ and Phantom BB customs that I made, I had to redo their faces entirely, as they were very outdated and very cursed. But, yeah, JJ's face was not Dede's face was fine. I'm sorry if I'm calling her the wrong name. Don't get mad. But, yeah. Honestly, I like how, this fits in, obviously, with the other BB customs, or Balloon Boy customs, JJ, whatever you want to call it. But the only real problem I have with this, and it's my own custom, which I probably will go ahead and fix sometime, is the stripes, as I put them in a space that makes it blend with the shirt, and it really looks very awkward and weird and not good. So yeah, there is a chance I'm gonna have to redo that at some point. So yeah, that's something. But yeah, that's basically it for JJ. Nothing else really, that's different. Now moving on to our next Fnaf World custom, which I really like this one, as it's very, very different, but also unique in a way. And it is none other than Coffee. Now, I know Coffee, obviously, he's from the Desolate Hope, but he also makes an appearance in Fnaf World and Update 2. Sorry if you're hearing laughter in the background. That's my dad laughing. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that, but yeah. So, Coffee, like I said before, is obviously, he's originally from the Desolate Hope, which is one of Scott's old games, but he also made an appearance in Fnaf World for Update 2. So, yeah. Basically, his whole main body right here, it's just cardboard, not really stuffed. The only parts that are stuffed is like his mouth or something. And the coffee is also just kind of one flat piece. And to kind of give it that glare type of material, like type of effect or whatever, I kind of colored it with black Sharpie. And really when you look at it from here, it doesn't look that good, but either way it looks fine, because you're not really focusing on the coffee, even though his name is literally Coffee. But yeah, pipe cleaners for the limbs and everything. Really not much of this has been stuffed, but he still looks really good, and I'm really proud of how he turned out. So yeah, he's also very short, probably because of the limbs. But yeah, there is Coffee. Now moving on to FNAF 6. Now for FNAF 6, all of these are basically remakes, but one of them is a new one. And to start off with our remake, it is Rockstar Chica. Now I know she looks ugly, but that's on purpose. I'm not kidding. That was done on purpose, because honestly, if you look up a picture of Rockstar Chica and you look at her beak, you could tell how ugly she is. Because honestly, Rockstar Chica is an ugly character, so I might as well make her plush ugly, because just to add something. And I totally didn't do it on purpose. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm sorry. I'm losing my words. It's early in the morning. Give me a break. But yeah, I also changed her eyes a little bit. But yeah, nothing too special, except I just changed her face. Now moving on to our next remake, and it is of not Glamrock. I'm sorry, Rockstar Bonnie. Yeah, Rockstar Bonnie obviously has kind of more improvement. It doesn't have the most improvement out of everything, as it obviously keeps a little few things, but the improvement it has is just how it's completely colored to blue. As Rockstar Bonnie, he actually is blue, but obviously this blue is kind of more darker. It's all I had provided to me at the time. And also his secondary color, it's very dark. But then again, it kind of fits with how the main color is just very dark and everything. Like I said, it's what was provided to me at the time, so I couldn't really do anything. But yeah, I kind of remade his stars. I cannot do stars, as they look very garbage. And I redid his eyes and everything, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, that's it for Rockstar Bonnie. Now moving on to our last FNAF 6 custom, which I don't even know if you want to count this as a custom. You might have seen it on my Instagram if you haven't, but it is the sign. I'm not kidding. I'm counting this as a custom, as I made it, and technically it's a character if you really think about it. But yeah, I made the sign. That's a little Easter egg in FNAF 6. And obviously I put, the no one is here. I'm already inside. Yeah, and it has this winky emoji face. It's literally just a piece of cardboard with a sign attached to it. Nothing too special. And the whole face was drawn with Sharpie. So yeah, that's basically it for FNAF 6. Now moving on to our final custom, which was a part of FNAF 3, but I specifically saved it for the end of the video. So if you made it to the end of the video, congratulations, you get nothing. Now, let's go. Okay, now to end off this Mega Custom Plush review, we have, like I mentioned before, one more FNAF 3 custom, but this one's a remake, but it's also the same way as how Phantom Foxy's a remake, which means he's already existed before as a Funko plush. Now, obviously we know it's Springtrap. I'm not even going to be that entirely ambiguous or, just vague on it. It's Springtrap, y'all. You already know he's in the thumbnail, for God's sakes. But yeah, I remade Springtrap to kind of make it more accurate and here he is. Now, before you say anything, I know the color. First of all, if you remember in the Basically Out movie, there was a scene where me and Crystal saw a game-accurate Springtrap. This is what this was. But obviously I remade it. I reused the game-accurate Springtrap that was in the Basically Out movie into the normal Funko plush body style. And I really liked how this turned out, and also the color. I want to mention that the color, if any of you guys are aware of a YouTuber named Skywarped37, he makes very awesome live-action FNAF plush music, not FNAF plush, just live-action FNAF vids and music vids. But he also makes cosplays, and his Springtrap cosplay that he made has this color. So yeah, that's all you need. So obviously, one of my most favorite parts about this is obviously the head, as it wasn't intentional, but the head I feel like really captures the original shape of Springtrap, and also the ears before, like with the original, were very, very, very small, but now they're very large, which looks very good. He also has these little black wires on the side of his head, right here, that kind of stick out, but you can't even see them. But yeah, his eyes were, with his eyes, I feel like my most favorite part, honestly, as they're so lifeless, like they look so lifeless. And he also has a neck, yeah, a normal plushie with a movable neck, so he can do all, okay, yeah, he also has the William corpse in there. The William corpse and everything has stayed the same, nothing as it was with the original. Basically, the only things that were changed were mainly the main head and the body, as the snout and the jaw were the same. And obviously we have his little meat feet right here that actually tie up to where it actually ends, and it's not just like ending at a random place. I actually put where it's ending, and I put lots of little details into this on front and back, as you can see. And he also actually has little holes in him, and I put little pieces of meat in there. And all the other withering was done with Sharpie and all that. Yeah, and that's basically it. But I'm gonna tell you the reason why I like this plush very much. Not only does this really, it looks very good in detail, but I feel like this kind of captures the exact lifelessness as Springtrap should, because as we all know, Springtrap is kind of a lifeless character, as he has the corpse of William Afton inside him, and you think a lifeless corpse would look very decayed and decrepit, and Springtrap does look kind of decayed and decrepit, but not as decayed and decrepit as he should. And I feel like this plush kind of resembles how he should have looked, as obviously his corpse, the corpse mouth, it's still in there, and it also blends with how the original body is. And the reason why I say this kind of captures how lifeless he is because of the eyes. You can see how lifeless these eyes are, as they have the tiniest tints of blood on them, but also little veins going into the middle of the eye, with the middle of the eye, the pupil, like the iris, being empty. And I feel like that looks very creepy. And also the color also just kind of resembles how he kind of should look, I feel like, because even though Springtrap's obviously like a moldy green, I feel like if it was all worn down to like the original, if the Spring Bonnie suit had an original shell and it just all wore down, I feel like this is what it would look like. Like, if Springtrap didn't mold into a big moldy green, I feel like this is how he would look instead. But either way, I still like him very, very much. So yeah, that is basically it for this Mega Custom Plush review. I'm sorry I went too kind of in depth into this to kind of bring in filler, but honestly, I just wanted to give my reasoning on why I liked it so much. And maybe you guys can agree too. If you don't, then that's fine. But yeah, anyways, that is it for this Mega Custom Plush review. I don't know how many of these I'm gonna make, but we'll just have to see. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe. Do whatever you can to support me. That is if you want to. But yeah, anyways, like, subscribe please. And I'll see you guys in the next video. I always come back.